What's good, y'all? We just being spiritual. So happy New Year. I've been gone for a little bit, but just hanging out with the family and whatnot, getting back into things, school and whatnot. But just the regular stuff. So getting straight into this video. There's been something I've been thinking about for weeks now, and it's just been it's because I've been thinking about it, it's been a little more apparent. It's been very interesting to think about too, and that's this. It's really this spirituality trend that's going on, and more specifically it's the focus on yourself, or focusing on myself, working on myself type of trend. Now, a lot of things nowadays is really just a trend. People, and it's pretty much inevitable nowadays. Everything is a trend. Meaning it's gone viral, a lot of people know about it or have seen it. you know and so, a trend, when things become a trend, people follow it without really knowing what it is, or, how to really utilize it. Um, and this will make a little bit more sense when I start actually talking about, the focus on yourself, which you probably may have already got an idea of where I'm going with this. Um, and really just kind of getting into it, like, I was watching this latest time when I've heard this focusing on myself thing. I was watching a YouTube video. Nothing spiritual at all. This was not a spiritual video by any means. It was just a video. And they had this girl in there, and they were talking, and this girl mentioned, "Oh yeah, I'm single, but I'm just focusing on myself, just working on myself." But she had no confidence in what she was saying. And that made me believe, like, you don't even know what that means. And I've kind of been seeing that. I've been thinking about this before I saw that video, that like people don't know what that means. Like, oh, I'm just focusing on myself. I'm working on myself. Do you know what that means? Do you even know what that means to work on yourself, to focus on yourself? Because like it's starting to sound like people just use that as an excuse. People are abusing that, statement as an excuse as to why they're single. Like, obviously it's okay to be single whether you want to be single and you actually are kind of like focusing on, you, because from self-awareness that you're not ready for a relationship. And it's okay to be single because you think that nobody likes you. Like, that's just how kind of things work, what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to be single. But like I said, it's an abused excuse as to why you're single, and it sounds like it's being used to make it seem like, oh, yeah, you're single, but okay, you're actually like doing some things. But like, and I'm not bashing anyone who uses it, because there are some people that are working on themselves. Like for me, all last year, and well, 2020 and 2021, you know I was actually working on myself. I was focused on myself. As soon as 2020 started, I went vegetarian. I started going outside, which, if you know me personally, I was never an outdoor person. You know what I'm saying? You could even say I was afraid of the sun. So I actually started going outside, sunbathing, walking barefoot in the grass, meditating every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like, going to the gym, growing my own food, learning instruments, like, it just, and that's not even all. Investing, like, just, there's so many things. Even posting videos on this channel, like, there were so many things that, like, as far as developing myself, actually working on myself, to the point where I was able to start gaining a lot of knowledge, starting to actually heal things and truly work on myself, you know, which obviously working on yourself is going to mean different things to different people, you know, but like, I can tell, you know, if someone says, oh, I'm working on myself, or I'm focusing on myself, if I know that person at least semi personally, I'm gonna be sitting there thinking like, okay, what in your life has changed that indicates that you've actually been working on yourself? And usually it's nothing. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. Nothing is being worked on. And what's crazy is that it be the same people that say, "Oh, I'm focused," now I'm just focusing on myself, dog. Like, I'm just taking care of myself, and taking care of myself. What does that mean to you? What are you doing that's taking care of yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just all a trend, and it's kind of sad because it's like a double-edged sword. It's like it's cool that spirituality, some of the spirituality stuff is starting to become a trend. Which, now that I think about it, I think that's exactly what the New Age movement is. Which I'm not associated with New Age movement, but um, it's a double-edged sword because, like, now that it's a trend, people are starting to kind of like see this stuff and kind of like be on like a spiritual train, which is good. But then it's also not good because then it's like you got people that don't know what this stuff means, and how some of this stuff works, and they're putting a bad light on it, which makes pretty much anybody spiritual look bad, But anyway, like I was saying, it be the people that say, "Oh, I'm just taking care of myself. I'm just focusing on myself now." That literally does the exact opposite. That they're still the ones that are like chasing relationships, doing things to satisfy other people. Like, it's such an excuse, and that's just something I kind of wanted to talk about and kind of shed some light on, so that you can kind of even in your own life, if you keep on talking about focusing on yourself, but you ain't changing nothing, shine some light on that, so maybe you can actually start changing, or just to be aware of it. It's just something I wanted to talk about because I found pretty interesting that, like, now things are becoming trends. People are saying these things and basically just abusing these quotes and statements, but not actually doing it. Not knowing what it actually means. So yeah, hopefully you guys found some in this video, or like this video at all. We're starting to get back into the grind. So yeah, that was pretty much it. And remember, my outro. And remember, we're just being spiritual, and we all in this together. You know what? We just being spiritual. I'll see you next one. Peace.